Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. My name is Josh.
And my name is Josh.
And I'm Vinny.
And we are the Joshes, and we are coming at you normally from theater at 37 and improv at 37. But tonight we are coming at you at improv at Zoom. And we're here to bring you a little bit of improv comedy, unscripted, unrehearsed comedy for your viewing pleasure at home. And in order to get us started, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up called What Are You Doing? And what's going to happen is our good pal, Vinny Mraz, is going to start miming an activity with his body. He's going to make some gestures, and then one of us will ask him, Vinny, what are you doing? And then he's going to say something he is not doing, and the person that asked the question will take on that activity, and then another person will come forward and ask that person what they are doing, and they'll say something they are not doing, and that person will take on that activity, and so on and so forth. This is all unscripted, unrehearsed, and we're all making up as we go along. So Vinny Mraz, take it away.
Hey, Vinny, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm breeding rabbits.
Oh, you know, I actually thought this was going to be a whole lot more work than it turned out to be, but actually you guys are kind of handling this yourself. I mean, I guess I can play some music.
Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Josh, what are you doing?
I am dragon practicing.
Shing! On guard, flamer. I'm coming at you, but please be careful because I don't want
Josh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I am making a Subway sandwich.
Ooh, okay. God, they make this look so hard behind the counter, but I don't know. I think I'm doing it. Ooh. Okay, all right. Okay, that's my fault. Shouldn't have.
Hey, Vinny.
Badmouth the employees.
What are you doing?
I'm translating Bible scripture.
Okay, well, what if instead of Jesus, Dave walked on water, took a hearty jaunt.
Josh?
Road, yes.
What are you doing?
I am, making my homemade tea.
A little bit of thyme in the cup, yes. A little bit of mushroom. Boom, 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 boom.
Josh,
yes.
Josh, what are you doing?
I am solving this very difficult mathematical equation.
All right, step 1, become Matt Damon. Got it? Great. Step 2, solve this equation. Oh, I forgot the step with the Boston accent, though.
Okay, Vinny, what are you doing?
Great. So why don't we add a level of difficulty here? Can we get 2 letters of the alphabet?
R.
T.
R and T. So everything that we now come up with has to start with the letter R and then the next word with the letter T. R and T. Go ahead, fellas.
I forgot the step with the Boston accent.
Hey, Vinny, what are you doing?
I'm reciting Titus Andronicus.
Oh, my hands. Oh no, my hands. Oh, my tongue. Ow, my hands and tongue. Oh, yeah.
Josh, what are you doing?
Race tracking.
Josh, what are you doing?
Writing time.
Yeah. Onward time. Linear only, please. Yeah.
Whoa,
Onward.
Vinny. Whoa, Vinny, what are you doing?
I'm rectifying toll booth receipts.
All right. Well, I thought it was weird to put a receipt machine inside of a toll booth. I thought it was weird to have a toll booth. But if there's one thing I know, it's that these receipts just will not do. So,
Josh.
Let's see here, Rebecca. Yeah.
Josh, what are you doing?
I am rabbit training.
You're Thumper. You are Dumper. And together,
Josh, what are you doing?
No.
Rascal taming.
Now look, rascals. I don't want any trouble from any of you. So here's the rules, okay? Step 1 is don't be a rascal.
Whoa, Vinny,
It's
hey.
the end of the training.
Vinny, what are you doing?
I'm ripping apart Teletubbies.
Poe, you ugly man, get over here. and Lala, just
Josh,
and
what are you doing?
I am real trim.
Josh, what are you doing?
Turtles. I got nothing. Okay, great. Let's get 2 more letters of the alphabet.
D.
F.
D and F. So everything has to start with D and F.
Josh, what are you doing?
Direct fracking.
Hello, direct fracking. You'd like us to frack your backyard?
Hey, Vinny,
we'll be
what are
over
you
there
doing?
directly. I'm dissecting frogs.
Okay, all right. Oh, I shouldn't have licked that. Actually, no.
Josh, what are you doing?
I am dialing 4.
Click, 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 click. Hello, operator? Yes. Can I have number 4?
Josh, what are you doing?
Drowning ferrets.
All right, Muffins. You were a good ferret.
Even C. Oh, fantastic. Improv via Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're giving it a whirl. For this next scene, we're going to have to send Vinny Mraz away. Normally in a theater, we would ask him to leave, but via Zoom, we have this wonderful feature called a waiting room. So we're going to send Vinny to this waiting room. And what's going to happen is we, Josh and I, are going to be police officers. Vinny has committed a terrible, terrible crime. He doesn't know what this crime is. And we are going to take him out of the waiting room. And then through our interrogation, we can't say exactly what Vinny did, but through context clues that we give him, he's going to try to guess what this crime was. So Josh, you're on the other end of this. What is a normal everyday activity that's not considered a crime?
Everyday activity, I'm going to say getting the newspaper.
Great. So Vinny was getting a newspaper, and who's someone in the news that Vinny was doing this crime with? Who is his accomplice?
I am going to say somebody in the news. Let's go with Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Anthony Fauci. Great.
Yeah.
So he was getting a newspaper with Dr. Anthony Fauci. And where did this crime take place? If it was in a geographic location.
Colorado.
Rocky Mountain High. Of
Yeah,
course.
baby.
That's right. So Vinny was doing a terrible thing. He was getting a newspaper with Dr. Anthony Fauci, and he was doing this in the Rocky Mountain state of Colorado. Oh, and here he is. This terrible, terrible human being. My God, look at this scumbag.
Took you guys long enough.
Are you
Listen.
talking? Did he
Listen
just?
here. No, hey.
Did he just?
No, Daniels, back off. All right? Now listen. We're willing to make a deal, okay? We talked to the prosecutors. We will meet you halfway. But if we're meeting you halfway, you have to come to us as well, all right? You have to come out of your house. You got to come all the way down to the driveway and talk to us, okay? Right there at the end. I'm sure you know what we're talking about. You got to tell us what you did.
Were you wearing fluffy little slippers? when you did it too? Huh? Did you even have the decency to put on a bathrobe? Or did you just go on out there in your little birthday suit in the morning so everyone could see you while you're getting your daily dose of fake news, huh?
Just because I go down my driveway wearing nothing but my boxer shorts and my Air Jordans to collect my morning newspaper.
Oh.
Listen, we're not talking about fashion crimes here, all right, buddy?
Well, that's
We're
not a
talking
fashion
about
crime.
what
It's
you
just called
did.
fashion.
Semantics aside, all right? We're talking about the cold, hard facts, all right?
Mhm.
Put it down in writing, something you can hold, all right? That's what we need from you. Like I said, we're willing to negotiate here, but you got to be able to help us put this down on paper, okay?
Yeah, you're talking about the newspaper. Is that what you're talking about here? Talking about the daily newspaper that nobody reads anymore except for cold-blooded Americans?
Hey, whoa. Daniels, listen. You got to back off, okay? You can't be punching all of our Vicks here, all right? We can't be making a Vic out of our out of the guy we're trying to put away, okay? Now listen.
You listen here.
Oh, okay.
Because the guy that he did this with, nobody's been listening to, especially not the big man in charge. Apparently nobody's listening to this guy, and if maybe we all had, we'd all be in a better place right now.
You don't talk about Dr. Fauci like that, all right? You don't talk about Dr. Fauci like that.
Yeah,
So what? So what? Dr. Fauci and I both got Air Jordans. I got them personalized. They've got our initials on them. We went and got our newspaper. Big deal.
Yeah, no.
Disgusting.
You got your paper.
Mm-hmm.
You got it with the Fauci,
Mm-hmm.
all right?
That's
But
Dr. Fauci to you.
It's where you did it, you sicko. That really
Sick.
drives a nail into my heart, okay? My hands are rough as rocks, as boulders now from working night and day trying to put you away, and I'm not stopping until I see you behind bars, buddy.
You got a problem with the great, I think it is the mountain state, the gold state of Colorado. Is that's your issue? Is that what you got a problem with? Is your problem with me, or is it with Colorado? Colorado to you.
You're disgusting. You just come forward and you tell us what you did, or I'm going to stick this forehead right into your own head.
Don't do it. No, Daniels. Damn it.
I'd be upset if it wasn't such a well-maintained forehead.
He has 0 blackheads. It's crazy.
You stop getting sexy with my forehead and you tell us what you did.
All right, fine. You want me to confess? Here's my confession. I went out to get my morning paper in my boxers and my Air Jordans with Dr. Fauci in Colorado. Big deal.
That's right,
Put
you
me
did.
away.
Thank
Put
you
me
very
away.
much.
Feeny, book him.
Book him. All right. We have one final scene that we want to try for you. And this time, our good friend Vinny Moraz, who's beaming in all the way from New York City. Big love to Vinny and our friends in New York City right now. He is an expert, actually. He's coming at us as an expert. Josh, what is Vinny an expert in?
I'm going to say beekeeping.
Beekeeping.
Vinny is an expert beekeeper, and he's actually prepared a PowerPoint presentation that he'd like to share with all of us, except he's never seen this presentation before. So Vinny, as a beekeeper, is going to do his best to try to make sense of the images that are going to come up on the screen while also making sense of his expertise in beekeeping.
Well, what's that I hear out there? It certainly does sound like everyone's abuzz about this presentation that you're all joining me for. So thank you. I hope it's just not the static on my computer. But as Josh said, I am an expert in beekeeping, apiaries, if you will. Nothing to do with monkeys at all, only bees and honey. But, it's my distinct pleasure to be joining you today all the way from New York City, where we have about 0.05% of the world's population of bees, as a matter of fact. 99% of the world's population of bees are now dead actually. So that 0.05 is really important to us. And here is where all of those dead bees actually are. They are buried in the vault of, they're buried in a vault along with all of these horses. And the reason that we bury bees with horses is actually quite interesting. And I bring this up just to talk to you about this today. Horses are a form of nuclear energy after they die. So when you combine them with bees, because bees have wings, it actually allows the energy from the horse to fly off into space, and we can harness that energy. And that is how we're planning to create a brand new level of green energy in the United States. It's a combination of deceased bees with deceased horses. Now, nobody ever thought that was going to work. They were sitting in their labs and they were just sitting back in their big comfy chairs going 99 bottles of beer on the wall, right? They were saying 98 bottles of beer. They were saying 97, they would just keep counting and counting and counting until they got all the way down to the bottom. And the really interesting thing about that is they turn to their buds, right? Okay, they turn to their buds and they're like, hey man, do you want to go for a drink? And the other guys say, sure. But I'm having an O'Doul's because that guy was an alcoholic, so he couldn't, really drink. But he still wanted to go out. And then they'd spend all their night out at the bar, and they weren't doing any research on green energy. And that's where we swooped in, okay? We saw the hole and we filled it. Now, I know that some of you are saying that these jokes are pretty corny. I can hear you out there. I've got headphones on. I can hear you. And I want to tell you to be rational, okay? Be rational and get real. See how I put a Z in there? It's one of my math jokes. If you don't understand that math joke, you should take math again. I teach a math class, unrelated. I'm not pitching it right now. I think that's not really Zoom protocol. But anyways, the point is that corny jokes get us nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. The real smart jokes, the real keen smart jokes like math jokes, that's the stuff that leads us to starting to think about bees and horses. Okay, are you starting to see how I'm bringing this all together? Now, here's some information for you. Look at the amount of SPR trends that we have seen trending over the last 8 years, okay? Now, in international crude oil and SPR, which if you need me to explain what SPR is to you, take the math class, okay? Look at these numbers, all right? 1,304, okay? 26, all right? Sheet 17. Do you know what that means? I hope you do. I hope you all took my pre-course before you took this course. This is the raw hard data. Okay, jokes aside, all right? 97 bottles of beer on the wall, all aside. We'll get to that later. If we don't start burying more dead bees with more dead horses, there's not going to be a planet Earth to bury bees and horses in. Are you starting to see the picture here? Are you starting to put the pie together? Now look, you might just think all of this is just a timbit of information. Okay, you might think this is just crushed ice in an iced coffee. Makes no sense, right? Crushed ice in an iced coffee, no sense at all. Because everyone knows you put cubes in an iced coffee. That's what I'm talking about with green energy. Cubes in an iced coffee, green energy. Crushed ice in an iced coffee, that's old school. That's oil. Okay, that's fossil fuel. It's not a timbit of information. It's a donut whole lot of mind-blowing science. And thank you for listening to it. And now, if you haven't taken my pre-course, go subscribe to that. It's $10.99. Lots of math is explained in there. Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching us trial a little bit of improv at 37. My name is Josh.
My name is Josh.
And I'm Vinny.
Thanks so much for being with us. Stay safe, stay healthy. Please support your local businesses here in Perry, New York. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bye-bye.